Russia was trying to help his campaign again. So this president doesn't want to push back on that. He doesn't want the American people to know about it.
So, Mr. Chairman, as you know, the DNI, Radcliffe, says his office is going to provide your committee with written reports. Why is that not enough?
Because you can make a written report and you can say things in a written report that are not correct. Russia is actually intervening to help Donald Trump and denigrate Joe Biden. China has a preference. And being able to call them out, hold them accountable, have them testify before Congress, place them under oath if necessary, forces accountability. When you can hide behind documents or withhold documents and not have to answer questions about it, it lets you conceal the truth. And in this case, concealing the truth is concealing Russians are again intervening to help the president in his reelection. The president evidently believes that he can't beat Joe Biden without getting either foreign help or disenfranchising people from voting during a pandemic, and doesn't want the country to know about it.
So are you suggesting that the Trump administration is trying to protect Russia here?
President Trump's motivation is, as always, solely about himself. The Russians, once again, are intervening to try to help him in the election. He feels that takes away from their assistance. So he doesn't want the American people to know about it, doesn't want Congress to know about it. He wants to draw some false equivalence between what the Russians are doing and others are doing.
I want to play for you something that President Trump said about the reason that the DNI no longer wants to continue briefing you, your committee, and others. He says because of leaking classified information. Take a listen.
Brought information into the committee, and the information leaked. Whether it was Schiff or somebody else, they leak the information before it gets in. And what's even worse, they leaked the wrong information. And he got tired of it. So he wants to do it in a different form.
Have you or any of your staff or other Democrats on the committee leaked classified information?
I haven't. My staff hasn't. I can't speak for what all the members of the committee have done or not done. But of course, this is a falsehood. Yet again, another lie by the president. Russians are helping Donald Trump again.
So, Mr. Chairman,
and that's his goal, is to suppress that information.
Will you subpoena intelligence officials to appear in public in a hearing before the election?
That is certainly one of the tools that we may use. I can't speak for what decision ultimately we'll make. That's a decision that will have to go to the Speaker. And the American people ought to know what Russia is doing. They ought to know their president is unwilling to stand up to Vladimir Putin. They ought to know that senators like Ron Johnson are pushing a Kremlin false narrative about Joe Biden and doing it knowingly.
Mr. Chairman,
and that information belongs to the American people. It doesn't belong to Donald Trump.
Okay, before we go, I really want to ask you about what's going on in Portland, Oregon. Police say that they're investigating a homicide after a person was killed last night during violent clashes there. It comes, of course, just days after two people were killed in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Do you have any reason to believe that Russia is trying to fuel some of the civil unrest in these cities via social media or other methods?
In terms of what we can expect from the Russians or what the Russians are doing, the Russians 4 years ago, Dana, exploited Black Lives Matter. They set up their own false flags online to try to divide people along racial lines.
Are they doing it now?
And we have to, they are, once again, doing their best in social media, in their overt media, and other means to grow these divisions again. And I think that most pernicious, we have to worry about they're aggravating these tensions in our cities. We also have to worry about the Russians pushing out the president's false narratives about voting by mail.
They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man.